Welcome, guys. Another day, another dollar, another episode of Crunch Time. We are here back in the studios of Austin Peay, Studio B to be exact. And if you haven't seen us in the last 2 weeks, you know, it's been a whirlwind. You know, we've had technical difficulties. We've had things go left, things go right, things go up, things go down. But you know what? It all must come around because we back. Yeah. We back.
We're back.
I got the boys with me, the regular crew, for the next couple shows. We good. My dog, Isaiah Norman.
Yes, sir.
Main man, Hugh Wheeler. And then you got me, Dylan Walton. And today, we got a jam-packed show. We got a lot to catch up on, right? We got a lot. We got 2 football games to catch up on. I mean, volleyball, softball play, men's and women's basketball. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. But
we're in the full swing of things now
fall,
in the fall season. It's fall season now.
And if you're a sports fan, this is the time to be alive. I mean, the summer is a drought. You know, you're hanging on by your IV and all that. You're waiting for August to turn the calendar. And then, boom, now you're full. You're full. But, boys, before we get into it, we're halfway done with the school semester. That's what we're really here for.
Yeah.
That's what we're really here for. We done with the first half of the school year. Zay, we on the same level of that master's program, bro. How the first 8 weeks going, dog?
Well, to be honest, I'm only taking one class. So, my semester been pretty smooth. I'm taking Barry class right now with the hockey. Yeah, it's cool. And now next semester, I don't know. I don't know about next semester, but you know, I'm just taking all the blessings that can come my way right now.
Yeah, you know that is an extreme blessing. I'm taking 2 classes and I'm getting beat to smithereens. I'm getting beat to smithereens. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on, but you know, I'm here. I'm live. I'm well. I'm healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
My computer work.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
That's a positive. Yep. So, Hugh, how you feeling? Graduate soon, brother?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'll be in that getting that bachelor's degree here this December. So you know, I got 5 classes here left and through these first 8 weeks. It's flying by though, you know. I'm gonna miss you guys when I head out of Austin Peay. You know?
I'm gonna miss you, bro.
We're gonna.
I'm gonna miss you, dog.
Yeah, Clarksville will have a special place in my heart forever, but glad to be done with the degree and get that piece of paper, put it on the wall, and never touch it again, you know?
Yeah, because you're going to travel the world. You're going to travel the world.
Yeah.
But the best news that's come around also, y'all, is fall break. Fall break. Our last day in the office is today. It feels good to fall break around the corner, reset, you know, recharge, breathe, clean up, wash clothes, wash dishes, clean, grocery shop, do everything you need to do in your life.
Yeah.
Y'all got any plans fall break?
To be honest, nah, bro. I really don't.
Spend time with the wifey.
Spend time with the wifey, bro. You know, I hate leaving her in the morning, bro. I be like, oh, I'm tired of getting up at 7, having to leave, and then because you know I work at too, so I'll be having like 14-hour days, bro.
Oh yeah.
Leave at 7, come back 10.
Come back at 10. I'm like, this ain't it, bro. But yeah, it's well needed. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm looking forward to it. The wife is probably gonna think of something to do. Yeah. Either that or I'm gonna think of something to do.
Pumpkin patch or something, pumpkin farms.
I think it is October. Yeah. See, that's how y'all know it's been. I didn't even know it was October.
Yeah. I thought it was the middle of October last week. I thought it was like the 15th already. And what's today? The 8th. Yeah. So I'm a week ahead.
It doesn't feel like October either.
No, it don't.
It's like 90 degrees outside each day. But yeah, I for fall break, you know, I don't have too much planned. Of course, the next weekend we're going to be covering some of that. All 3 of us will be working on those hockey games where the Govs take on the Baton Rouge Tigers from Louisiana State. But mostly I'm going to be staying at home. I might try and like get away see if like there's any leaf changing up north in Kentucky. Yeah. You know, see something about that. But other than that, just catch up on some sleep.
Oh,
you know,
boy, I cannot wait.
A nice 8 hours sleep would be awesome
12.
Right now. Oh, 12, yeah.
I'm not getting out of bed till 3:30.
Oh yeah, get real greedy with it. Yeah,
I'm being stingy. But y'all, it's time to get into the show, fellas. It's time to get into the show. So quickly, we got some news, right? And this is almost, I don't know if it's breaking news, but to start off, non-conference schedules. Women's and men's basketball has finally been released. We have been one of the last few teams to release our schedule. Oh, wow. And that's crazy that my mother just called me. And I normally, and you want to know something? And I normally be the one that say, everybody put your phones on silent. And my mom decides to call me mid-show. But, yeah, so outside of my mom having breaking news probably, the men's and women's basketball schedule is finally out. We are one of the last teams. I think I heard one of our SIDs say the men's side were the 15th last, however you say that.
Wow.
To drop their schedule. So I don't know how they go about it, but I mean, brand new men's team, brand new women's team. Just overall quick thoughts, because I mean, brand new team. We know nothing. We don't know what to expect. So, what you think? Coach Gibb and Coach Young can do.
I think I'm excited to see what the men's basketball team will do this year. We're gonna see. We got some interesting games. We're going down to Oxford, down there in Ole Miss, November 18th. A little early, pretty tough test last year. Of course, highlight last year of men's basketball season was when we went up to Heaney Fieldhouse up there in Indianapolis and beat Butler.
Oh yeah.
So maybe also, as far as basketball stadiums go, Oxford, Mississippi might have one of the best ones in college basketball.
I agree.
If you've ever seen pictures of it, it's beautiful. The natural light just kind of fills into the arena, so that's gonna be pretty cool to see that. And we've got a good bit of opponents that have made the tournament recently, so some nice early season tests is what I'm looking for.
I mean, Zay, you seen the men's team last year. We was okay. Bumba side-eye.
Maybe a forward. Maybe if we had a forward, it could have helped a little. But.
So, what you think? Brand new team. We got some bigger bodies. I heard.
Yeah.
Jeremy see him every morning at breakfast.
That's what we need.
So, what's your overall thoughts?
How many new players do we have?
I want to say like 11, 12, somewhere around there. That's basically a brand new team.
That's an entirely new team.
Yeah.
New team. It's interesting to see. I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring to the table. Thank you, Jesus, for getting my mind right. I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring to the table. It's a new team, so it's hard to kind of tell what they're gonna be able to do. The new team means new culture, new mindsets, new egos, especially in basketball. We ain't gonna get into that.
Now you want to talk about my sport. That's fair. We are prima donnas, bro.
But I'm excited to see. The one game I went to last year, I didn't really enjoy. Who was that team we played? It was Lipscomb.
Yeah.
They came here looking like the prime 2016 Warriors.
Yeah, really.
Bro. They had this one kid who was shooting fadeaway threes.
Oh, yeah.
That was on 2K, you go screen, you go fade to the corner. Literally, that's what I'm like, bro, this man's not missing. None of them were missing. I'm like, this is crazy. And our offense just looked so stagnant last year. So I'm just excited to see, how Coach Gibbs going to get these boys right this year, man, honestly.
Yep. And then, I'm the women's basketball guy here. Love women's basketball. Love our team. They hold a special place in my heart. Will forever hold a special place in my heart, no matter who's on the team, who's coaching the team, who's over the operations, whoever's on the staff. Bro, that Austin Peay women's basketball will forever hold a special place in my heart. But brand new team on the women's side too. So we only bring back Anavia Shields. Who's our 6th player of the year as a freshman. We have really only her returning. We have 2 more returners. Didn't see a lot of playing time. One was due to injury. One was due to just, a lot of depth at that one spot. And that happens in sports. That happens. You don't see enough time. But brand new team. I'm expecting, another playoff run at least. We've made the playoffs at least, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but at least 3 years in a row. So I expect to make it 4 here. I mean, I do expect us not to lose to a NAIA or like a D2, D3 school like we did last year against Trevecca. You never want to lose to a school that's way lesser than you, that don't even have the resources nowhere near you. They probably still eat cafeteria lunch, if you want me to be completely honest. And that's just the way it goes in collegiate sports. They probably get catered breakfast.
Yeah, they
I was on the road with them. I know we get good breakfast. I know we do. They eating Jimmy Dean breakfast sausages out the freezer, and we going to the restaurants. Hey, man. And we losing.
Them boys, they get it out the basement, man. They get it out the mud, man.
And they showed us who really got it out the mud.
Yeah,
because they beat us down. So hopefully that goes right. We play Vanderbilt soon, 3-year deal, 2 games at Vanderbilt. Last year was the first year of Vandy. This year Vandy will come for the women's side, and we'll finish out the deal next year at Vandy. But moving on, Chris Parsons, CP3 and 3 We Trust. Yes, sir. Back-to-back UAC Offensive Player of the Week awards. I mean, is there much to say about Chris Parsons? I mean, I feel like
there's too much to say about Chris Parsons.
Like, it's in CP3 We Trust. Good bump on the way. Let's go. Gulf Softball Hit-a-thon, October 11th. If you want to donate to the softball team, Team 41, please come out to the Kathy Maynard Park right across from the baseball field, right adjacent to Forterra Stadium in that parking lot right there. If you want to be a part of the Hit-a-thon, donate. I'm not sure. There's not a limit of what you can donate. I'm pretty sure they take Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, cash, checks, whatever you want to give.
They take checks too?
I'm assuming. You know, I haven't heard no one ever deny money.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, I ain't never heard nobody deny money, especially when it comes to donating.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to donating. So I mean,
they'll figure out a way to take your money. Yeah,
that's the easy part.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. But let's do a quick recap, guys. Let's do a quick recap. So, the other sports, y'all, it was a busy 2 weeks for Austin Peay Sports. Volleyball. Had a fantastic weekend series, but they dropped both of their weekend games against Bellarmine and EKU. Very entertaining. Tally Cloyd, I hope I'm saying her name right. She had a career night, 23 kills, 426 hitting percentage. So if you don't know a lot related to baseball, if you're hitting in the 400s, you're hitting pretty good. All right? Cool. Let's move on with this. Patton Samuels, who you guys will see eventually in this episode, got to sit down with Patton Samuels. Started the season, his golf season, on fire. He plays for Austin Peay Men's Golf. Shot 60 4 rounds in a row. If you don't know, more times than not, even par is 72 over 18 holes. So anything under 60 is at least 3 under. If he getting birdies like that, he must be good. Transfer from Ole Miss. You hear all about it in the interview coming up later on. And then, like I said, men's and women's basketball, getting right into it. They got a lot going on. It's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot. Is this y'all favorite time of the year?
This is my favorite time of the year, I would say. Yeah, we're in the heat of football season. We've got basketball just starting around the corner. A lot to talk about there. Of course, women's basketball, you think about losing last year to St. Mary of the Woods. Yeah. They didn't feel too good with that. But, you know, this year you got Swanee on the first part of your schedule. If you lose that, you know, this fan base might start talking early.
It might get active on
Twitter Spaces right away, yeah. But so there's a lot that could be more that we could be talking about here in a couple weeks, and that alone, I think, is the most exciting part to me about this time of the year.
I mean, I know you. This is your time. You so used to being in season around this time.
Man, it's crazy, you know, waking up and not having to go to practice. And go to meetings and study hard. I'm like, this feel weird. Like I started working, bro. And on Saturdays, I'll be like, dang, it's 12 o'clock. This game's going, game's going on. I'll be playing right now, get ready to play. But I love this time of the season, man, because I love basketball. Yeah. I like basketball, too. I really do. I'm a real fan of basketball, so that's why I be expecting so much.
Yeah.
You know, because the basketball teams that were here when I was here, we ain't gonna get too much into that. But yeah.
Terry Taylor and them.
Terry Taylor, even the women were
good,
too.
Still in the OVC back then.
Right, so just excited to see, man. Sports, I love sports in general. So
I mean, that's what we're here for.
We also got hockey season coming up too.
Hockey still coming.
I mean,
it's a lot. The baseball got playoffs right now in the MLB. It's a lot going on. But before we start rambling all that, y'all know how we do. Lastly, softball. Beat the team who thou shalt not be named, but since we beat them, I'm going to name them. Murray State went down 9-1. The softball team, Team 41, gets it done by 8 points. But they split a home series versus Belmont. They go 1-1. It was just a 2-game series. And like I said, please, please, please go to their hit-a-thon on October 11th. But this is the best part of the show, where we get to sit down with some of our athletes. And Haley Bainham, one of our reporters for our team. She had the opportunity to sit down with Brie Howard, one of our best softball players on the team. Had the chance to just pick her brain, get to know who she is and what she's looking forward to for the rest of their season, because they just started a little fall portion, then they'll get ready to go full swing in the spring. Full swing in the spring.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I like that.
Come
I
on.
like that.
Look,
That's a bar.
That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a
Yeah.
bar. But so we're gonna see what Haley and what Brie had to say, and hope you guys enjoy.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the weekly interview. Today I am joined with Brie. Brie's on the softball team here at Austin Peay. Tell us a little about yourself.
So I'm a junior outfielder. I'm from Burleson, Tennessee, which is north of Memphis. I've been at Austin Peay all 3 years, so getting a little old here, but that's about it.
Okay, Miss Brie, and then tell us just a little bit about you growing up. How'd you choose softball as a sport that you wanted to do?
Well, my brothers, I have 2 older brothers. They're 5 and 6 years older than me, so a big age gap.
Yeah.
So they were already in their prime of starting baseball, and I just wanted to be included. So I was like, I'm going to go to their practices. I'm going to include myself. I don't care if I'm good or if I'm bad. And I just happened to be really good at it. And so I started playing softball at a really young age. I played t-ball through everything. And then I started travel ball at 7. And I played for the same organization all the way until I went to college. So I don't know. I've played other sports, and my other sports were just my escape from softball. So volleyball, I could just mess around, and I was athletic, so I could be good and mess around. And softball is I'm here, I'm playing the game. You can't mess around, you have to do good. Everyone's watching you. So just the other sports were just my escape to have fun.
Yeah, so you
fun.
mentioned volleyball. So
Yes.
what position did you play in volleyball?
I was a middle hitter.
Okay.
So I was the person, I went up, I tried to hit the 10-foot line every single time.
Yeah.
And if I got to hit somebody in the head, then, that was just a plus too. So.
And did you play any other sports or just volleyball?
I played basketball through middle school. I really liked it. It was fun. And then whenever I went to high school, I played for a little bit, and then I kind of lost the love of the sport. And then
Yeah.
I wanted to go back my senior year, and my dad was like, no, we're not going back. You're going to hurt yourself. You have too much on the line. You're not going back. I also did cross country. I actually enjoyed that, which sounds insane, but I did cross country I think I did it 3 years. I didn't do it my senior year, but I have records at my high school for that as well. But
So talk a little more about that.
Okay.
The records and everything.
So I was the first individual, I'm not sure if it was really the first, but in my head, I was the first individual to go to state for girls cross country, and my team of that year, we also went to state, and I think we placed pretty high, so that was another point that we got the record. And I ran one race in 21 minutes, which is
That's
6.5.
unheard of.
Yeah.
Because it's long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. And then what made you think about playing softball in college? In high school, did you always know that you were going to do that? Or is that something that you worked for and you were like, oh wait, I should actually take this serious?
So ever since I was little, I would always watch SEC teams on TV. That was the most known teams that were going to be on our direct TV or whatever.
Yeah.
So I always watched them, and I would tell my parents, I'd be like, I'm going to do that one day. And it was just the work ethic and reminding myself of that goal when I was so little just built up. And now I tell you, there's times I could have left my cleats in the back of the car and never looked at them again. But it's just part of your sport. So just being able to face that and still continue on through your sport.
Yeah. And how was it being recruited by Austin Peay? Because you're only 3 hours away, where a lot of the team comes from out of state. So how was it different being recruited?
So when I was getting recruited, I told my mom, I was like, I'm going far away.
Yeah.
I'm going far away. I'm never looking back. I may come back. I don't know. And then, so our recruiting process starts on September 1st of your junior year. So September 1st, Coach K called me, and I was like, I have no clue who Austin Peay is. Who is this school? I'm just going to listen to what the coach has to say. And so she calls me, and she's like, I know you're from Tennessee, blah, blah, blah. We'd love to get you on campus. I came to campus, and I was like, I still have no clue what this school is. I feel like it's going to be a school I do not like. I came in to campus with the worst mindset
Yeah.
Honestly, just because you see everyone who's like, I'm going to Tennessee, I'm going to Alabama, and it's like, that was my initial goal, but there's other factors that play into that as well. So coming on campus, I literally looked at my mom and I was like, I love it here. Like, I love this school. I was like, I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like this is my home. So I waited a little bit, and then I finally called Coach K, and I was like, I want to come to school here. So just like, for me, my biggest thing is I wanted to come to a school where it didn't matter your age, that I could compete.
Yeah.
If I was to go to a big school, they look at freshmen, they're like, well, she's probably not going to play. She's a freshman. And I wanted to make my name known because of who I am and not who the school I'm at.
Yeah.
So that was a big factor in coming here as well.
Yeah. And what other schools were recruiting you whenever Austin Peay was actively recruiting you?
So I committed really fast. So I didn't really get the whole process.
Okay.
But there was like Martin, McNeese, Alabama at Birmingham, just some other like mid-majors as well.
Yeah.
But most people don't commit as fast as I did, but everyone doesn't find their home as fast as I did either. So you kind of have to weigh in both factors.
So did you commit before your senior year of high school?
Yes.
Oh, so you committed early.
Yes. So I committed October. So she calls me in September, and I was committed in October. So throughout that whole year and a half, everyone wanted me to open my recruitment back up, and I was like, no, I love this school. I love the coach. Nothing is going to change about that. You can't tell someone to change their mind about something that they love. So that was throughout my whole junior and senior year of softball, everyone was like, there's no reason you should be going there. You're already committed so fast. Open it back up. See what else you can get. And my whole thought was the love that I had for this school. It didn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And then last year was one of your best seasons at Austin Peay. So why don't we talk a little bit about that, all of the awards that you got, and all the outstanding recognition?
So last year was a little different for me. I was coming back from ankle reconstruction surgery. So going into the season, I was very timid of what I was going to be able to do. And I think just being put out on the side for that 3 months that I was made me fall in love with the game even more and made me strive to work harder. So the all ASUN team, that was my goal. So we set goals in the fall of what you want your spring season to look like. And one of my goals was to get first team all ASUN, and I did receive that. Now my goal this year is to make region or become an All-American, which is top of the top, but you can't limit your goals because of who you are and what you can do.
So what are you doing to prepare for that, for this new season that's starting, that's already underway actually? What are you doing, like personally, to prepare to reach your goals?
I'd say just like, I put a lot of pressure on myself, so the more pressure I put on myself, the worse I do.
Yeah.
So like my growth this year is going to be to try and forget that. Like if I strike out one at bat, that doesn't determine my next at bat. So finding the way to separate those two at bats is going to make me to the next level that I can be. And we also have this machine, it's called Black Box, and it's like our most realistic pitching like machine we have. And me and that thing are like best friends.
Yeah.
Like I literally loved hitting off of that. Everyone's like, I can't figure out the timing, which it is really hard. Like we got a new one, and then it messes up your timing and everything. But I think just taking my reps seriously and like grinding in that time and appreciating the game is going to pay off.
Yes. And you had like you said you were all team?
Yeah, all ASUN.
All ASUN. Okay, so what does that achievement mean to you?
I mean, I don't know how to say it. I mean, it's great to get it. It means like you're one of the best in your conference. I mean, it's a great accomplishment that I really haven't sat down and really thought about, honestly, just because I was named third team my freshman year. And so just coming in as a freshman and being able to get one of those achievements was just crazy, I feel like. So I think just sitting down and like actually thinking, wow, like you were one of the top people in your conference, like people were scared of you, is like crazy to even think about. I don't know.
Yeah. And then for this upcoming season, like what are you doing to like stay in that mindset, to stay in the game and all of the things?
I feel like finding your people, Coach K says that a lot, but like having that person that can look at me if I'm in my head and be like, figure it out. Like the team needs you. And I think last year I was able to be selfless and allow myself to perform for the team rather than myself. So that's where the difference in everything changed. So I feel like just building on that and knowing that doing it for your team is better than doing it for yourself. And Coach K also says the game knows. So like if you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing, the game knows, and like it's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah, yeah. And with the games that y'all have been playing, what's something that you've noticed like as a whole, as a team, that y'all need to work on? What's been good, what's been great, but what's been not so great?
One of our things that we've been talking about is our situational hitting. So when we get a player on base, they sit there. Like we're not moving them, we're not scoring them. We just have to figure out a way to get all the hitters to buy into finding a way to move that runner or score that runner, which we do have 14 new people on the team. So adjusting to a new team dynamic and standards is definitely going to be very hard. But I think we do have a good team culture, which is the base of everything. So if you don't have a team culture, then you have nothing.
Yeah.
So.
And then for the games ahead, like what are you focusing on?
I think my focus is changing to be the best leader that I can be. So with all those new people, and there's some returners who weren't able to step on the field last year due to injury or just different circumstances, that being that leader who knows Austin Peay softball and knows the standard, just being that person that they can look at and be like, I want to be just like her. I want to do how she does, and like just leading the team in a different way than I've ever thought of.
Yes, of course. And then this is going to be a silly question, but what's your typical game day? Like, what do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you are getting ready to go to the game? Like, what does that look like for you?
So I've kind of lost like my superstitions, which is really crazy because in high school I was crazy about them. Like I was like, if I don't drink this drink before the game, I'm going to go 0 for 3 if I don't drink this and I don't eat that. But now I'm just like, I just show up to the locker room. I kind of just hang out. I don't know. I wear these bracelets. I've worn these for 3 years. I haven't taken them off. One of them broke, so I bought one and got it shipped overnight to me before we left the next day to go out of town. But I think these bracelets are probably one of my most superstitious things about me. And then I wear the same jewelry. If I go 0 for 3, I might change my jewelry. But if I go 3 for 3 with it on, it's going to stay on until
it's going to stay on until it's going to stay on.
Yeah, it doesn't change. But I don't really have like a routine of the day or anything. I don't know. I like to drink an energy drink before the games. That's about it. Everything else is just normal now.
Okay, so what kind of energy drinks?
I used to drink Alani's, but now I drink like a Red Bull with flavoring in it. So.
Okay, what's your favorite Red Bull currently at this moment in time?
I drink the plain ones, and I make them like 7 Brew does. So I put like the strawberry and the blue raspberry and everything else syrups in there. And then
so you have an at-home 7 Brew?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well that has been all the time today. I'm Haley and this is Brie. Thank you so much for joining us for our weekly interview.
Great interview from Haley and Brie. It was nice to meet Brie. Never met her, honestly, but it was nice to meet her. She's a hard worker. She, like she said in there, she had ankle reconstruction surgery or something like that.
And she's got some power too.
Yeah, she's strong. Oh, she's strong. You could tell.
Yeah.
She's strong.
She can knock that one out. It's a beauty to watch her at batting practice.
So make sure y'all tune in to them in the spring. Now, time for some football. It's time to catch up on some football. Hugh, put us on game. Abilene Christian, we was on the road. Unfortunately, we took the L. But, I mean, it was a game of ups and downs, brother.
It was a game of ups and downs in two halves. It was a game where, I mean, the Govs, they're splitting their first two USAC games with that loss, but the win with Utah Tech too. But to come out and lose that first conference game, of course, you don't like that. You know, you're already thinking, okay, there goes maybe the conference championship game. You never know. But in football, it's all, especially college, one loss always is a huge deal. But
except for Alabama.
Yeah.
Right.
But the 3 first half turnovers really are what cost us that game, or for Austin Peay, I would say. That first half, the mistakes, they're just coming out right away. I believe Chris just punched us in the mouth, and we never really fully recovered from that. Chris Parsons, though, had a career night at the end of the night. He had 4 total touchdowns, 2 rushing, 2 passing. 24 for 38 for 330 yards. You would not have known this if you were just looking at the first half stats. Jackson Head, of course, the tight end, also 7 catches, 132 yards and a touchdown. Amazing effort from the big man out there. I mean, to get 17 yards a catch from your tight end is always great.
That's Travis Kelce like.
Travis Kelce like not only, but another Travis Kelce like that's the most yards by a tight end in a game in program history. So, I mean, all in all, just a career nights for the offense all across the board, though. 9 penalties and 80 yards, though. That is another thing you want to clean up. As a Bills fan, I can attest to this. Penalties hurt you. They hurt you deeply. Yeah. That's the only reason we lost is because all those first half offensive penalties.
I mean, and the defense was pretty solid.
Yeah, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But
we can go on all day about that.
We could, but yeah, and then 4 total fumbles, of course. It's just nothing great across the board. Some other things to think about too. Rushing, not really much going on the ground game. Only 109 yards total. Of course, it's only a 26 from our top running back. Chris Parsons had the most rushing yards of the game, 38. You know, had the 2 running in. In 3 we trust, but it would be nice to help 3 out a little bit along the way. You know. And then, you know, Javius Bond getting some good touches in there too. And then Jaden Robinson also goes unsung. He had 114 yards. That was nice to see. Some good long passes in there. But yeah, it's just not quite what, like I said, you know, a career day by the tight end and the quarterback. Maybe defense, you would like them to stop a little bit. You gave them some short drives, Abilene Christian, but I mean, all in all, it's the first conference game. You could put it behind you. Momentum has shifted since then.
Oh yeah,
you know, and like I mean, tell us about that Utah Tech game. You were on that call.
Who was on the call?
Yeah, because they don't know. Like this game they talking about now was 2 weeks ago. You know, so like it's been a whole 2 weeks. So they play Utah Tech the game after that, and I was calling that game. That game was utter domination. You could tell that they had a chip on their shoulder and they were mad about losing the last game, and they came and showed it against Utah Tech. They won 42-10, and it was just a dominant performance on the ground, in the air, and 3 returns. Man, 3 had 91 yards rushing. Like that's a quarterback we talking about. You know, he had 300-some yards, all-purpose yards. He had 204 passing yards. What was it, 3 touchdowns?
Yep. Well, 4 total with the rushing. 4
total touchdowns, 1 rushing, 3 passing. He's just a baller, man. When you watch him play, he's so electric and dynamic as a player. You love to watch him play. And I'm calling the game, I'm watching him, and I'm watching our defense dominate. You know, Utah Tech didn't stand a chance. They really didn't, you know. But it's good, though, to see us bounce back how we did as a team. They helped our team around, and they even carried into this week, not this week, last week when we played against West Georgia.
Yeah.
Because they were still rolling. The ball was still rolling. The offense looked good. But what you said about the penalties is very true. They are still struggling with penalties, offensive penalties at that, and that is very detrimental to your team. You don't want to keep starting behind the sticks. You can't. There are not many plays you can call that. You know, Chris Parsons always makes something happen on 3rd down.
Yeah,
and he really does. Like third and 12, 3rd and 15, he's making something happen, bro. And it's so amazing to see. But it's also still like when you play a really, really good team, like playoff time, penalties gonna kill you, bro. So I say they got to get their discipline down back on offense because it's really just false start penalties.
Yeah.
Like why do we keep false starting? Like we got to get that right. So I know that's a point of emphasis that the coaches are making during practice. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what them boys got for this week coming up.
Yeah, I mean, Utah Tech, they handle business. Also, Shamar Kirk, 4 receptions, 52 yards, and 2 tutties. And then the big boy catching big boy balls. Man, Jaden Robinson, 4 receptions, 30 yards, and a tutty. Corey Richardson also in the Utah Tech game. Got 1 reception, 20 yards, but he took it to the crib and put in 7, too. Yeah. Before we move on to the interview with Patton Samuels, guys, real quick, tell me, Chris Parson, is it safe to say that we go as far as he goes?
Yeah, it's safe to say that. That's with any team, honestly. You go as far as your quarterback go, really. You know, defense win championships, but your quarterback help you win games too. You know, so like a good quarterback helps the team morale, the leadership of the team, keep everybody in line, discipline. It's just overall good to have a great quarterback, and he's a great quarterback.
He's a great. Hugh, how you feel about Chris?
I love what the season he's had so far. I think it's true. In Chris Parsons, we trust right now. He will take us as far as he is able to at this point. You know, we have a team around him that complements him nicely and helps him out in a lot of these situations, and the offense benefits greatly from it.
Yep.
And I think, you know, going on through the season, praying we keep healthy, but I think we can make some serious noise in this conference.
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited to see. And another player that we also trust in, he doesn't have a jersey number. He wears a collar shirt and khakis to go play at a beautiful golf course.
They still wear spikes.
Yeah.
They do still wear spikes sometimes.
It
depends on the playing field.
Yeah. Patton Samuels. Got the opportunity to sit down with Patton, pick his brain, understand his journey, and how he got to Austin Peay and what he wants to deliver to Austin Peay. So, with that, you're going to get to see Patton Samuels here now, live on the show, and then we'll be right back to recap West Georgia. Let's get into it. Welcome, everybody. Dylan Walton here with APSU-TV, and today we have another special guest. Now, normally we don't dive into this sport, but, you know, this semester we've hit volleyball, we have football, basketball is upcoming, track and field, cross country, tennis. We've knocked out everything, but there's one left on the board that we haven't got to yet. You know, former teammate of Reese Britt, one of my favorite golfers now of Austin Peay, Mr. Patton Samuels. Patton, how you feeling today, brother?
What's going on? Thanks for having me on here.
Man, I appreciate you. You had a good day so far?
Good day so far.
All right, that's not bad, man. So we're finna sit down and have this great conversation. I want to start off, Patton, your childhood. Where did you grow up? Well, obviously you're local. How was it growing up, and how did you get into the game of golf?
Yeah, so I grew up around here in Clarksville. Played a lot of baseball growing up, actually. Wasn't much into golf, and then just kind of got into it probably around the age of 12 or 13, and realized that I enjoy like working by myself. I didn't like being around anybody else. You know, I liked the aspect of everything was on me, whether it was good or bad, you know, if that makes sense. And so then I just stuck to it and started working hard. Eventually found myself in the opportunity to go to the University of Mississippi for 2 years. Went there, played some golf, played some good golf, but just realized at the end of the day, like, that just wasn't a fit for me. And so I thought about coming home. Coach Key gave me the great opportunity to come home, and now I'm helping my hometown team, you know, try and win some golf tournaments.
Yeah, like you said, you started getting around golf 12, 13 after playing baseball. What got you into it? Like, did you go out with some friends? Was it a family member? Like, what got you into it?
My grandfather was a big part of that. My dad played college baseball actually here at Austin Peay, and so he was, like I said, big baseball guy. But my grandfather kind of really, he took us out, me and my brother took us out there all the time, but we never really got into it. And then one day I was just like, can you teach me more about it? And so he just started teaching me the game, and I loved it from then on. Okay, so baseball, before we move on, let me guess, you give me more. I looked a lot different when I was like 10 and 12, so.
What, you were like a little chunky or something?
I was a little skinny.
Oh, you were skinny? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me guess, I would either say pitcher or shortstop.
I play both.
Ah, on the money.
Yeah, I wasn't the best pitcher, but I was kind of like, when we didn't have any arms, you know, I'd go in.
Yeah.
You know, I'd take some breaks.
Okay, so got into the game of golf, like you said, you were able to go to Ole Miss. But before then, before you committed, if anybody don't know, Ole Miss is one of the top golf programs, and I mean anything SEC is, you know, top of the top at this point. But you were number 2 ranked
How was that as a junior golfer having that high status in that high school area?
Yeah, it was cool. You know, it just shows that, you know, hard work goes a long way. Tennessee's got a really good state, you know, for golf. Our golf in the state of Tennessee is top notch for the size that we're at. You know, we can't compete with Texas or California, Florida, all that, but like other states, you know, we're right there at the highest. But no, it was cool. You know, we had a lot of tournaments going on, a lot of friends, you know, traveling together. I think that was the coolest part, was just having the friends there with you, you know, the top, you know, 5 in the state or whatever. Yeah. We go out of state, we go, you know, out of town and go play tournaments. And so I think that was the most fun in that, you know, style.
Okay. Do you remember like your first tournament win as a junior, or like one of your biggest moments as a junior?
I would say, I don't remember my first win. I played a lot of like random tournaments when I was like 13 or 14. But I would say the most memorable was probably my sophomore year. I won the state tournament for our school. And that was cool because I'd set a goal out in 7th grade of like, I'm going to win twice. And then I lost by 1 my freshman year, so that kind of stung a little bit, and then came back sophomore year and actually won it. So that was probably the moment where I was like, okay, I put my mind to it, I got it. What else can I do in the game of golf?
Yeah. And how did that game, like being in that junior environment with a bunch of your friends, a bunch of peers, traveling all around the world, playing golf at some beautiful golf courses, first of all, how did that shape your game?
It was cool. It allowed me to realize that like golf isn't everything. You know, the like you said, the places we went, the courses we played, the friends that were there. It was more so like enjoying the times that we had together, not necessarily the golf. You know, good or bad, we're still gonna have each other at the end of the day. And I think that was the coolest part. It kind of put myself in perspective of like what life's really about.
Okay. So now before we get into Austin Peay, Ole Miss, you know, obviously it's the SEC. I know that's what brought you in, but other than the SEC, it being a part of the SEC, what initially drew you to attend Ole Miss?
Yeah, so it's cool, like we just talked about, having friends. So one of my best friends growing up, he lives like 45 minutes from here in Dixon, Tennessee. He actually went to Ole Miss as well, and he committed before I did. And so that kind of drew me in, like being on a team with him. We grew up together, we played together, you know, let's see what we can do in college together. So not only him, but the facilities, it's more southern than Clarksville, so the better weather, you know, for sure. You can play year round. The facilities were good. And at the end of the day, like you said, it's the SEC. So who doesn't want to go there?
Yeah, okay. And like you said earlier, you mentioned it just wasn't the right fit, and you end up coming here. What was that process like? You know, the transfer portal process now is just ridiculous. Crazy. So how was that? Like you said, it was pretty easy for you because you knew you wanted to come home, but just that entire transfer portal process, how was it for you?
Yeah, no doubt. It was tough because I didn't want to leave Ole Miss, obviously, but at the same time, I had to do what was right for me. And in that moment, I wasn't feeling the game of golf. You know, I felt like I was very distant from it, didn't want to practice, and felt like I needed somewhere where I could be happy, like in my lifestyle, not just golf. And so that's when I kind of told myself, you have to give up something to gain something. And so I had to give up the SEC and all the cool stuff we got, the cool places we went. And then kind of talked with Coach Key and was like, look, I'm coming from a different perspective than most transfer guys, right? It's not, I didn't get cut, I didn't get kicked off. You know, I had to leave for personal issues. And now, you know, everything's been great since I've been here, and props to Coach Key for allowing me in this program.
It's the hometown loving.
It's the hometown.
It's the hometown. Quickly before we get into Austin Peay, I got to bring it up, man. So you've played in, I'm pretty sure in your junior level, you played in TGA, Tennessee Golf Association. For a lot of people that don't know, if you don't have watched the show, I was blessed to intern with the Tennessee Golf Association this summer, and that's how I formally met Patton. And not the best of circumstances. He played phenomenal. But brother, I'm hurt. It was my fault. I'm gonna preface it for you. It was my fault. I was hyping you up, bro. You know, I was talking trash. I was like, you know, we bleed red. I was like, it's Gov County down here. You know, we out of our jurisdiction, but you know, it still reigned the same. You know, Gov Nation to the day I die.
That's right.
You know, and that's my fault for putting it in the air like that. So that's on me. I got to do my part. Bro, and just let the game, you know, let the game flow. So that's my fault. That's my fault. But that whole week, man, in Knoxville, Tennessee, you played phenomenal. You played out of your mind. Just walk me through that entire tournament, and then walk me down hole 18, the final round, and just everything that went through, man.
Yeah, it was a fun week for sure. Like you said, I had Reese Britt on the bag. Phenomenal guy. You can't get much better than Reese. And so we joked, we laughed, we got serious when we needed to, and obviously I was executing what we were trying to get done, playing really good golf. And it was a good week. You know, things were flowing the way they were supposed to. Found myself in a position come the last day to win a golf tournament. And that's all you can ask for before I get into what happened. That's all you can ask for is at the end of the day on the final round, just put yourself in position to win a golf tournament and see if you can go do it. That said.
Because you were, I want to say, what, like 7, 8 under, somewhere around there?
Yeah, I was, I think, like 6, 7 under, something like that, you know, something crazy like that, going into the last hole. And then I had a 1-shot lead. Things were going smooth. I'm not going to lie, I was shaking in my boots, though. I mean, I was nervous as all
Everybody was. We followed y'all from, what, 15 on?
We had a crowd. I mean, and you don't get that often in college golf. So the amateur status and stuff like that, that's fun. So we get there, and I'm nervous and didn't hit a good shot off the tee box. And then we kind of made a bad decision. You know, Reese blames it on himself. I blame it on myself. It was kind of just a terrible situation in the moment. Hit another bad shot. Long story short, I lost by 1. I made a bogey. The other guy made a birdie.
Yeah, man, that was tough.
And so, like, you know, that happens, though. That's golf. At the end of the day, like I said, you gotta want to be in those positions. The more positions you're in like that to win a golf tournament, the more you'll win the golf tournament. Yeah,
and I was hurt myself. I'm not trying to take all the light away from you. I was hurt myself. The car ride home was the worst.
It was bad. It was
the worst. They were grilling me. They were like, "You did all of that," and I was like, "Look, I still ride.
That's right.
I still ride with Patton all day and all night." I said, "You give me Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, you give me anybody, and I'm taking Patton Samuels in 5. That's right. That's the thing.
Patton Samuels in 5. That's the thing.
But honestly, man, it was honestly the highlight of my summer. That whole tournament, it was hot.
It was a great week.
It was hot.
Great week.
Yeah, but it was just, that's when I understood what golf really was about. Those last 4 to 5 holes, the game is on the line. You just gotta.
That's why experience is so big in golf. You know, you see in other sports like work out, you know, practice, get your skill right for the game itself. But golf is different in a sense of you kind of have to have some experience because, like, for myself, I had been in situations like that before, but not at the Tennessee State Am where the USAM is on the line, right? Yeah. And so you're playing for bigger things than like just that tournament itself. But I think the more times that a player can get in those situations and feel the nerves, feel the pressure, you know, feel the heat in those situations, like the better off they're going to be for the future.
Yep. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your second full season here?
This is my second full season.
Okay, second full season. Last year you had a great season, but you've kicked it into gear coming in. You have 4 straight rounds as of right now, shooting in the 60s. What's the credit to the hot start?
Yeah, I think a lot of it goes to the team. You know, we push ourselves each and every day. And we just kind of get after it with each other, and so that means when we go to the tournaments, get on the course, it's like I don't have to be perfect. So it takes the stress off of everybody. You know, 1 through 5 takes everybody away from trying to be perfect, and they can just go have fun. And I think that's what I've been doing really good this year is not putting too much pressure on myself, not feeling like I've got to go do something insane, you know, to help the team because each and every person has their own job 1 through 5, and so I think, you know, just having fun and enjoying it while you're out there is big for me.
Okay. So what's been the best part? Obviously, you guys only had, I want to say, just 2 tournaments.
Just 2 tournaments.
Yep. So what's been the best part that you've seen about your team so far, only with just 2 tournaments in this fall part of the season?
I think the idea of learning day in, day out. I think a lot of teams struggle with that in college golf because golf is an individual sport. Mm-hmm. How can you learn, you know, from your peers and your teammates? But I think everybody on the team asks questions. They're curious. They want to learn. And I think that's big for our sport is because if you can learn from your teammates, from your coaches, and then go travel with those same guys, it's like you have nothing but success coming your way.
Okay. And then my last question before we get into a series of fun questions, then I'll get out your hair, brother. Since coming to Austin Peay, what have you seen your game grow at a greater level? I mean, it's It's hard to top the SEC, but it's not, like you said, it's individual. So what is your game got to? Is it the driving? Is it the calmness when you get to a tee box? Like, what have you seen the biggest development in your game since coming here?
I'd probably have to say the mental side of things. You know, not a lot changes physically. It's just more mental. Like I said, not putting too much pressure on myself. Obviously, at the SEC level, you feel like you've got to perform, you know, to the best of your ability every single round. But here, you still want to perform that way, but the stress is a little less. And I think mentally, I've been a lot better at calming myself down, like you said, and being able to just accept, like, okay, I have a bad hole. It's over with. Ain't nothing I can do about it now, right? And so I think that moving forward, the next couple tournaments and then also in the spring, I think that's what I'm going to take in and help the team with, is just kind of mentally calming everybody down, calming myself down, and just going out and having fun doing what we do.
Okay. I like that. Doing what he do. If y'all don't know, he shoots 60s. That's what he do. He only shoots in the 60s for real. But I got 4 quick, fun questions for you, brother, and then that's it. So here we go. We're going to start off with a good one, I think. Would you rather dunk in an iron shot from the fairway or sink like a 60-plus foot putt?
Probably an iron shot.
Iron shot?
Yeah.
What's the feeling from there? I can barely get off the tee box, but my chipping and putting is pretty
nice
decent.
With it?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent.
I love that.
Drained like a 20-footer a couple days ago.
Come on
so
now.
yeah, yes sir.
I would say the feeling is like everything's perfect. You know, your goal is to make the shot.
Yeah.
Right. And so obviously you don't really do it often. That's why it's so cool when you do. But I think it's like everything went together perfectly.
Okay. So golf starts early. If a lot of people don't know. Do you have like a pregame breakfast or pregame snack?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Oh, yeah. So we do, when we're on the road, we'll be either in a hotel or a house, condo, whatever. Yeah. And one of the coaches will go get normally Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, and they'll bring it back. We'll eat, and then we'll go to the course as a team. Everybody's got their own stretching routine. You know, everybody's body's different, so everybody kind of does their own thing. Mine consists of just getting out there, working on my lower back, do some stretches, do some mobility, do some quick functional movements to get the blood flowing, and then I go into my warm-up, and then we go play.
It's game time. So are you like a McGriddle, hotcakes and sausage, chicken minis, chicken biscuit?
I'm a big hash brown guy.
Okay.
So at Chick-fil-A, I'm going chicken hash brown bowl with some Chick-fil-A sauce on the side. And then at McDonald's, I'm going sausage burritos.
Okay. High C, lemonade, apple juice. Okay.
Water.
Stay hydrated.
You won't see me drinking much else other than water.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last 2. Favorite golf course you've been to, excluding your home course?
It's got to be Augusta National.
Okay.
Yeah. We had the pleasure and the blessing, honestly, to go play that when I was at Ole Miss. To go play there, and we took a plane over and played the par 3 course, and then played the real course. I mean, it was a fever dream of a day. I mean, it was insane.
That's
a
bucket list.
That's a bucket list for sure.
That's a bucket list.
I'm stoked to say I've played there. Yeah. It's awesome.
Okay, last one. Do you have like a lucky shirt, color combo outfit type of thing, like before you got a game?
So I used to when I was little, because I didn't get a bunch of shirts. You know, here I get shirts from Austin Peay, and
every day, every week.
blessed enough to have a NIL deal with a shirt company. So, but when I was younger, it was a black shirt, Under Armour black shirt, and then khaki shorts, and I'd wear it every final round. So regardless of where I was, or if it was dirty or clean, I was wearing it final round. And I don't know why. I don't know why I picked that, but that was my mantra.
The same socks and shoes too?
Nah, just the same shirt and shorts.
So you switch up the kicks, but not
switch up the kicks. Whatever was clean.
But you keeping.
But I'm keeping the shirt. Okay. Bro, it's crazy.
It's
crazy.
Hey, you know, whatever works.
Yeah.
You know, whatever works.
It worked.
So, I mean, hey, it got you here. It got you to the number 2 golfer in the state.
That's right.
Man. So,
that's right.
But that's all we got today, man. I appreciate you for coming in, talking to us today. You got anything else that you want the people to know about you, anything like that?
I just say watch out for the Govs. Govs are hot.
Yeah.
Govs are hot.
The Govs are rolling, baby. Thank you again. This is Dylan Walton here with CrunchTime APSU-TV, Patton Samuels of Austin Peay State University men's golf team. And that's all we have. Let's get back to the show.
All right. You see, Patton Samuels, phenomenal guy, man. I got to meet him over the summer, and he was a must-have. I knew he was going to be a must-have once we got back to campus. So I'm glad I got that situated with Patton, man. Great guy. But y'all, quickly, before we get out of here, it's been a very entertaining show. We caught you guys up. Now it's the last little tidbit left to get through, and that's West Georgia, who was formerly undefeated, taken down by the Goods
Yes, sir.
in a war, 44-30, as you see here. We got some highlights. Chris Parson, throw that moon ball up, come down with it, Mr. Robinson. Thank ya. We need it. That's almost automatic right there. Then hold on, LSL is showing out for the DBs.
Yes, sir.
Right on time. Right on time. Take it to the crib. Hold on. We got something for you. Stop sign. Get out my way.
A block too, though. You never see those often. Wow.
We seen him in the NFL week 2 a whole lot.
Yeah, that's for sure. But
I mean, replay. He timed it perfectly. Say you ever blocked
That
the
get
kick?
off was crazy. I've never blocked the kick. I've gotten close to it, but nah.
Yeah, I
That was
mean,
crazy.
and then the little stiff arm. Get out the way, buddy. Sorry, too little, not fast enough. Go back to the bench.
That's hard. That's hard. That's hard to do. If y'all don't know, that's hard to block a kick, bro. You
Yeah,
gotta be
I'd
very
imagine.
fast.
And then here we go.
Big ball.
Another moon ball. Come upstairs to the big boy room.
how about that catch, though?
Yeah.
That was so impressive
Yeah.
from the big man.
I mean, that's just-
Robinson, man.
That's just connection, time, and accuracy, bro. It's on point.
Ooh,
And then
that block.
Yeah, that.
Did y'all see the big boy on the perimeter?
Yeah.
That boy blocked the corner to the ground.
he put him underneath that turf.
He Thanos snapped him. He obliterated him from this existence. Yeah.
I mean, but really, as you see, Chris Parsons was getting ready to run into the end zone. I mean, it was really just, it was a battle. It was a war.
It was.
Chris Parsons, 16 for 26, 346, 3 tutties. Unfortunately, he did have an interception, but he also had 2 rushing touchdowns, 5 total touchdowns for Mr. Parsons. What a good day at the bank for him.
Yes, sir.
Javius Bond, 6 rushes, 51 yards. Robinson, 6 receptions, 60 yards, 2 tutties. 14 points by himself, Mr. Robinson. Then Shamar Kirk, 3 receptions, 55 yards. He had a tutty, but also had a crucial fumble in the game.
He did.
I mean, guys, quickly, I want to talk about it. Just give me a point. I want to break it down like this. It was a battle. It was a war. But in that second half, that third quarter, Zayu was on the call once again. So I want to start with you. Down 15 halfway through the third to come back and win by 14. How?
To be honest, good bump.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a good bump, man. But if you were at the game, you could see like that West Georgia team was good, dog. And when Parsons threw that interception, how he responded to that, it's like, okay, he's a really good quarterback. But just good team football, and plus the West Georgia starting quarterback and running back went down in the fourth quarter, so that helped too. But I ain't gonna take away from the performance that they played last week. That was a great performance.
Yeah, and we were able to capitalize too at the end when in that fourth quarter when they went down 2. I mean, that Will Middleton interception return.
That was clutch.
That was one of the most excited I've been here since my time here started at Austin Peay. That was awesome to be able to just that one felt like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it was.
It kind of solidified it. It's like, yeah, Austin Peay's got it. They're running away with it at this point. It was good to see.
Yeah, I mean, just phenomenal. I mean, to have the ability to knock down an undefeated team, no matter who they played, you always going to wear that on your sleeve for the rest of the season. So the Governors now go on the road, EKU. They're ranked number 16, but we always have some weird looking photos with EKU. And as you can see, we got we're jam-packed. We're jam-packed this week. I mean, not only is the football team going to EKU, women's volleyball has another home game. Women's tennis is at Georgia Southern. Softball is back in action, baby. Team 41, Friday night against Vol State. And then Saturday, you see, we have men's tennis, and then you have another volleyball match with North Florida. That's a conference game. And then you got soccer on Sunday, tennis on Sunday, men's tennis on Sunday, and then you got the NFL Sunday night game.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's just a jam-packed thing, boys. So before we get out of here, we got to do this. Quick predictions. Just give me the score, win or loss. Go. Zach.
Austin Peay 35-21.
Ooh.
Oh, man, that was exactly what I was going to say, so I have to change real fast. Yeah. Okay, 34-24.
Cool.
We'll keep it, yeah.
I got you 28-17. Guys, that's all we got. Thank you so much, Dylan Walton.
Isaiah.
Hugh Wheeler.
And that's all we got for Crunch Time this week. We'll see you back again next week.
Let